What do you see when you look in the mirror? Is it merely a face, an expression shaped by the passage of time? Or do you sometimes glimpse the shadow of a life you never lived? Sometimes, when I look into the mirror, the person staring back feels profoundly unfamiliar. It's as if we are not quite the same, as if they took a divergent path. Perhaps they were braver, or maybe more afraid than the person I became. They might have been lonelier, or surrounded by a different circle of people, but definitely they are not me. Or perhaps they represent the version of me I could have become, a possibility left unexplored. A mirror doesn't just show a face, it reflects questions too. It whispers, what if? What if you had chosen differently at that crucial crossroads? What if you had stayed when every instinct urged you to leave? What if you hadn't been afraid to speak your truth, to take that leap of faith? These questions, persistent and unsettling, settle into your reflection like a dense fog on glass. Suddenly, the silence in the room transforms into the chaos within your own mind. Every person holds an unlived life within them, a path not taken. It's a version of themselves they never allowed to fully grow, yet it somehow remains vibrantly alive in the imagination. The mirror, in its quiet way, brings these alternative versions back into focus, and sometimes this confrontation can be deeply painful. Because regret is often born not from what we actively did, but from what we passively didn't do. It's the silent choices, the moments of inaction, that can haunt us most profoundly. What if I had called that person just one more time? What if I had finally taken that risk, despite the fear of failure? What if I had gone on that adventure instead of staying in my comfort zone? What if I had spoken my mind instead of remaining silent, letting the moment pass? These questions echo through the chambers of our memory, taking form in the mirror's surface. As we gaze at these spectral forms, we begin to question the very nature of what is real and what is merely a phantom of possibility. The line between lived experience and imagined potential can blur. But here's the real question we must confront. Do we truly have to live every single possible life? And if we don't, does that inherently make us incomplete, lacking some essential part of ourselves? Perhaps what we perceive as missing is simply the profound simplicity of being human. Because every single choice we make is also by its very nature a letting go. Each road we choose to walk inevitably leaves 1,000 other potential paths behind us. And the mirror, in its stark honesty, shows us the ghosts of those unchosen roads, the echoes of what might have been. Yet, instead of drowning in the melancholic presence of these ghosts, we can choose to thank them. We can acknowledge their existence without letting them define our present. Because what truly defines us is not just the sum of what we lived, but also the profound impact of what we didn't. A mirror, then, is not merely for appearances, for checking our outward presentation. As we metaphorically clean a face, we begin to reveal a soul, layer by layer. And when we truly meet our own eyes in that reflection, we begin to see everything we've carried within us. Our vulnerabilities, our unspoken thoughts, our hidden griefs, perhaps a silent thank you to someone, or an overdue apology to ourselves. Maybe even a lingering what if that still tugs at the edges of our consciousness. But above all, there should be a quiet, profound, I'm glad I chose this path. Because despite every twist and turn, every challenge and triumph, this is the unique road that led you precisely here, to this moment. And all those unlived lives, those myriad possibilities, ultimately made you the complex, resilient person you are now. Maybe you are not perfect by any conventional measure, but you are undeniably real. And being real, with all its imperfections and complexities, is worth infinitely more than the fleeting fantasy of endless possibility. Now, take a deep, calming breath. Look again into the mirror. But this time, consciously choose not to focus on the questions that might still linger in your eyes. Instead, focus on the quiet acceptance that lies behind them. That is when the restless mind begins to grow truly quiet. Because to accept yourself fully, precisely as you are in this moment, is the greatest peace you can ever find. The mirror doesn't show the past. It reflects the present, the here and now. And the present, this very moment, is your only true chance to reshape the future, to build upon what is. Look again. What truly matters is not what you see in the reflection, but what you choose to let go of, what you choose to embrace. And always remember this profound truth. Every morning is a new life, a fresh beginning. Every glance into the mirror is a choice, and every choice you make, consciously or unconsciously, creates a new reflection of who you are becoming.